Hello and welcome to Let's Drink a Coffee With. My name is Antonia and today Boris is joining me. Hi Boris, thank you so much for joining me for a coffee today or for tea.
Good morning, Antonia, and nice to have you. Nice to have you here.
Boris, you are the Senior Vice President of Technology North. So since I have you here, I wanted to ask, what do you think, will technology replace people or will we be able to work together hand in hand?
We'll be working hand in hand. We already work hand in hand, We don't see these big shiny robots walking around, but still we have lots of automation software pieces which are functioning quite well in collaboration with of course, with the human factor. We have more and more artificial intelligence, augmented reality also in technology. And in many domains, we even don't notice how much automation and augmented humanity, I would call it, is already all around us.
Yeah, that's true. You, during your career or in general, you've lived in North America, in Europe, in Africa, Asia. So actually the list of the continents where you haven't lived is shorter. So two continents to go. What do you say about the importance of moving physically? And would you say it's important to move actually to the place, to the location, to contribute to the development of specific skills?
Mm-hmm. That's a fantastic question. In the time when I was doing all these moves, there was no pandemics, global pandemics. There were no limitations in the global travel. So I have to say I never thought about those things. But now I can say that most of the works, most of the I would say classical productivity can be achieved, of course, working remotely, independent of if it's remotely from home office or it's remotely from another country. However, I think one important aspect is missing, and I think global mobility is a fantastic example how we can really leverage also this aspect, and that's basically getting to know other cultures, being more open, adapting to new circumstances, profiting simply from the people, getting inspired by the people, but also inspiring some other people which haven't had so much touch with your work style or with your culture. So I think these things are very important, and I hope that when the situation is, I would say when we are in the new normal, that these global moves and physical also relocations will again be the standard practice, because I think it really enriches the world and the business environment.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think our viewers will ask now, do you have a specific skill in mind that you only can develop when you are at the location? Like, I don't know, maybe also regarding leadership skill?
Yeah, I think it's openness, I have to say openness is not something per se which you're born with, so it's not something you're born with. It's something that you can also develop over time. And I think this openness can be especially good, especially well developed if you are exposed to unknown, to the topics which are really not natural for yourself. Either if it's a work style, if it's a teamwork, different ways of methods, different contextual knowledge which you have, or even different food, different places you see and experience. And I think when you put the line down, I would say, of course you adapt, but over the time you also learn to be more open. And I think this is an amazing skill that you can now leverage both in your private life and in business. If I can, if I can give one advice to our viewers is, when they're thinking about their own mobility, they should always be open and be a bit, I would say, so open also to take a certain risks, because if you ask yourself, what's the right moment where I'm going to get mobile, where I'm going to relocate for a couple of months or a couple of years, taking over a new responsibility, or, sometimes moving with family, leaving some people behind, or so. I have to say there's no right moment. It's simply, like many people speak about the children planning, they say the same thing. You're never ready, and it's exactly the same. You will never be perfectly ready to do that assignment abroad, but just go for it, just go for it. Take that, I would say, risk, and go into the environment, prepare yourself well, and you will enjoy it, you'll leverage it and you'll benefit so much from that. It's going to be amazing. So
yeah, I think that's a very important message to just go for it and do it. One last question I have for you. You already shared some very important messages with our viewers, but a special advice for emerging talents out there. Do you have a special advice or a specific advice?
I would say be open, be adaptable, be flexible, open-minded, and simply, if you stay at home, nothing good will happen to you. I mean, I don't mean now in sense of Corona, but in general, if you're just staying in your comfort zone, nothing good will happen. If you go out, if you walk, you'll meet interesting people. You might even find a €100 bill on the ground. You might even, meet the love of your life. But that will happen only if you go outside. And so therefore I'm saying travel, enjoy, take the assignments, be bold and brave, and be open for the opportunities.
And put yourself out there.
Put yourself.
Thank you so much, Boris, for joining me for the coffee and for sharing your messages, your advices. I really appreciate it, really. Sure. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's already it for this episode of Let's Drink a Coffee With by Global Mobility at BT. Check out our Yum page and stay tuned for the next episode. And until then, I wish you a nice day and take care.
Stay healthy.